What's up? It's ya guys, guy. We're back with Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. There we go. And Kendra's here.
Yeah, it's me again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
June 16, 9:46 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today?
He said his old foot injury was acting up, even though he got it yesterday.
Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday.
Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy.
Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning.
Ooh, do some now. I want to see. Or hear.
Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. This is good.
That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training.
I think that's Walkie.
Well, we're gonna find out. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, no, am I lying? Good morning. Yo, so... Oh, I didn't read that. I was just trying to click back into the tab. Whatever. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. He's trying so hard. He's such a fucking tryhard. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo.
My worst fears realized. The trial's starting, and I still haven't had a real talk with my client.
I love Walkie. He's so weird.
June 16, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh, hello!
It's him! Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kitaki.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh shit, okay, hang on. German. Ready to rock and roll, Judge.
Oh, it's him! The guy from yesterday! He's a prosecutor?
It's Mr. Gaffin's brother. With his dreamy eyes.
With his beautiful smile. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular.
He's in a band?
Yeah, he's a rock star. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? Like I'm the House of Holbein.
Insert hair twirling from Apollo.
Oh my god, clubby hair, so cool, haha. I see, to be honest, I was a little concerned. I feared that you might still be distraught over that one trial.
Stop with the foreshadowing, good god.
Ooh. Not to worry, Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world.
Especially because there's a handsome defense attorney across from me.
There's the very lovely man in red over there. Hello. It's worth even more than my VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strengths of the little boy who bested my brother, who doesn't have an accent for some reason? It was worth cancelling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. Before that, I was thinking...
Let's have a concert.
Is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Judge?
Please keep your professions separated.
No. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Achtung, baby. Today we play it my way.
What's that noise?
Sometimes you have to get down on. Wait, sometimes you have to get on.
Get on
Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting.
This is crazy.
This theme goes so fucking hard, by the way.
It does.
I used to
I'm
listen to
vibing.
this, like, actually all of the time when I was driving to school.
Actually, 1 second. Music's gonna go up just a bit. I keep it low so that, like, I can still hear you over the music, but
Oh, that's fair.
I'm gonna vibe with this and talk for a little bit.
Right. The victim, Pal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic.
Alright, I can still hear you pretty okay, so. We're good. We're
I
chilling.
can move my mic closer to my face also, just in case.
Yeah.
There he is, he's dead. The scene at People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand.
Literally, fucking why? What drives
Why
them to do
not?
this?
Felt silly like that. What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yes, I believe. You will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. Shot through the heart, and you're too late.
You give love a bad name. What do you mean undeniable?
If you are to glance at anyone, Herr Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well.
Glance.
Please admit this witness to the court. God, he's so cool.
He's so real for that.
Nine, not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up.
Could you talk without accompaniment?
Oh my god, wait, I'm so excited for you to hear his objection because it sounds so weird.
Oh my god.
I just remembered what it sounds like and something about it's so funny to me. Anyways.
I swear I could see the guitar for a second.
What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic?
Maybe he just wanted to prove himself to be a bad boy. Objection! Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that.
Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said.
That's hilarious.
What? His homies?
Also, Apollo's objection sounds a lot like Aaron from the Game Grumps.
It does, yeah.
And I can't unhear it anytime he does anything. What is right?
They always say that on stage you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly?
Shut up.
Well, this is highly unusual, but... The court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. It's me again. So, you, son, are the defendant. Walkie, are you?
I ain't your son, old man. You step to a Kitaki, you best be prepared to step strong.
You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step into jail.
Damn.
Gotta hand it to him, Walkie sure has guts.
Or stupidity.
Maybe.
It's not his guts I'm worried about.
Well then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself.
I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying?
You're saying you were one of the victim's patients?
A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street. True dat. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack.
Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination.
I can't believe this is the first I'm hearing about all of this. Hold it! So this bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. I'm switching accents, fuck.
Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's been one of our hit singles.
Nice plug.
Check out my band. Buy the CDs. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice.
Gee,
Only his
from
name
a
is
guy
Pal
named Pal
Maractus.
Maractus? Word, J-Man. We're no accident, that faux shizzle. I haven't heard faux shizzle in a long time.
Seems there were issues with this doctor.
Gee, really?
Yeah.
Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Lucky, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that.
Chin up, Apollo. Back straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup.
The family checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All us she's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young and then fade away, bezoy. Hey.
A relief to hear.
Eh? What's a relief?
Oh? Did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you.
What?
Yes, Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life.
No way. That's whacked.
There's proof. Your checkup report. How ironic you would kill the one man capable of helping you.
I'm sure he's not the only fucking man capable.
He's the
of
only
doing a
man.
surgery.
No one else could do it. You're almost as careless as he was. Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna read through that real quick. Patient's name, Milwaukee, Kentucky, age 19, male, report filed, June 14th, notes, metallic object found near heart, urgent exam needed.
I feel like doctors' reports are usually more detailed than that, but okay.
Well, it's Ace Attorney. They don't have time to do a full doctor report. And
guess.
also, hold the motherfucking phone. Metallic object. Why did you not specify bullet? That is very suspicious and probably will come up later.
Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started.
Clav, you motherfucker.
I love him. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness. Oh my god, this witness, I remember them.
Aki sure is quiet all of a sudden.
I'm a little uneasy myself. We don't need more people dying on the witness stand. Is this Gavin's strategy? You fucking bitch!
Guy. I hate this guy.
I remember this fucker from my meta knowledge. Fuck him. He can go die. He can burn in hell.
He's the worst. I hate him.
He can burn in hell.
You will tell us your name and occupation.
Name, bitch. Occupation, bitch. Who the fuck wants to take this asshole?
Take the bullet on it. My name is Wesley Stickler.
Ew.
I hate him. By occupation, I take it you refer to profits that support a livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not gestalt per se, but derives instead from the vagueness inherent in all representations of our... By which he means to say that he is a student.
Yeah, I did not have that on autoplay. That was just running.
I assumed. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, wonder what's up with that place. Hope no one's died there. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering.
I read that as in the Department of Stickling.
Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my... Air Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You ask quite simplistically what I saw, however, we must understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of these designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals to the brain. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant.
I'd like to point out that in this particular shot, it's just blurry enough that you can't tell if it's a knife or a gun in Walkie's hand.
Yeah, that's true.
I assume it's the knife. And the bullet came from, hopefully, this guy so we can arrest the fuck out of him and never see him again.
I need this man arrested in jail now. In his hand, he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Square in the forehead? Okay.
Where in the forehead?
Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence.
Did you check fingerprints on that?
No,
I feel like if
I
you
didn't
check
feel like it.
fingerprints on
Oh,
that-
fingerprints were wiped. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. I can feel the German accent trying to slip into everyone else now.
Yeah. 2 rounds fired. That's interesting because didn't Plum say she heard 3 gunshots?
Did she? I don't remember that, but I also believe that could be true.
Wrong one. I vaguely remember her saying she heard 3 shots. We're gonna pause to look at this. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness?
That man.
Seems familiar.
I can't help but feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Maybe like last night when my panties were stolen.
It's almost like I saw him running down the street, but I don't know why I think that.
Yeah, and like, I feel like he owns a dog for some reason.
Yeah. Something about him and like running into like a car or like a garage or something. I don't know.
Hold it! Clearly. Were these men talking by any chance?
Ah, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments, such as, "You lied to me," oh, and, "I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal." It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart.
But he took a bullet in the
That's
head
true,
instead.
then this is a vital piece of testimony.
Add it to the record.
Rebel.
Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me. He doesn't even get a hold of it.
Might I be allowed to amend my testimony?
What now?
To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma, which I don't have because I haven't graduated yet, I don't think.
But nonetheless, I'm wearing my robes everywhere because I am manifesting.
These are my graduation robes from high school. I still have them.
I still have my robes from high school. I just don't know what
I
the
do
fuck to
too,
do with
but
them.
that's because I graduated last year, so... And this other man, who was he?
Square in the forehead, you say?
Square in the forehead.
Square in the forehead means like the center. But I'll have
Yeah.
you know, that is not where the bullet hit. We're gonna press that.
So
but
it
I
was in
think
the
that's okay.
temple.
Are you absolutely certain it was only one shot fired?
Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask? It wasn't, though.
Ah, a contradiction, finally! Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. Objection! Clear contradiction. Oh, that was him. Oh,
Yeah. Good eyes, Ed Justice. You're cool. Real cool.
but if you're not even
Kind of
letting-
handsome, too. Ooh.
Oh, gee, you really think so? Like, you motherfucker, the fact that you're not even let me finish, like, my accusation means you have shit for this. Huh? Oh my god, he actually said it.
I love him.
You really think so?
Yet there is no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night. Meaning, could have been yesterday, I don't know. This pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During, perhaps, another altercation?
He's got a point.
Judging from his smug expression, I'd see that Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem.
It's okay, I spotted the other problem. Single bullet to the right temple. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance.
Is that you relaxing, I see, Air Justice?
Huh? Oh, objection!
Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Paulo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet.
Right, look at this.
The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Let me guess, this is not updated.
Right, a problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound.
The location?
You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not?
Ah, I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometral absolute. What do I mean of this? For example, the detection. Okay, the wavelength of the light of a krypton particle, as we. Okay, it's a well-known fact. Krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely that what, Mr. Justice.
Yes?
Was your objection to these krypton particle things? This is a big time, and you're obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me.
No, I'm obsessed with something big. Your dick.
Ooh. I was gonna say.
I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here.
Do tell.
Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple.
The temple?
Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Isn't it? It is right. It's right? Finally.
Objection!
Air justice. Oh, air justice.
Yes.
Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago.
My master?
Yeah, sure, why not? Weird phrasing, but okay, Clavier. Phoenix Wright, was it?
Gasp. Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony.
Yuck!
Oh my god.
Does he look like
he's
that?
So fucking
Ew.
pathetic. Like, I hate to look at it, but I can't look away at the same time. It's just
It reminds me of when cartoons animate like bacon frying on the stove.
for real. I can't unsee that now. I
Bro's got bacon eyes.
he does. I can't look away. It's so horrid. I can't look away.
He kind of looks like he's mewing.
He does. This guy probably invented mewing.
I believe it. Hey, air forehead.
Forehead?
Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, air forehead?
Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!"
And you, Fraulein?
Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!"
And you, Air Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder?
Ack! If the victim turned his head at the last moment, gulp.
Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required.
Clav, you fucking slick bitch. That was so prompted. That was so prompted.
Real.
It's okay, we'll find another lie.
Night in the Park 2, the sequel. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried, with composure.
And again, you can't actually tell what's in Walkie's hands.
True. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
Where was the pistol?
I see.
found?
So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure.
Sure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that.
That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately.
It's his fault he died.
Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would.
Oh boy, more diagrams.
We love diagrams in Ace Attorney. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. The victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. Look at this cute animation we made. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, the we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
That does seem to be the case.
Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. He's not even a senior, bro.
Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness.
Hold it! You didn't try to apprehend the criminal?
It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time.
Isn't something about that strike he was odd, Apollo?
Yep. What?
Killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away.
According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes.
In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find.
That's why I was asking where the fuck the gun was found.
Yeah.
Find something? Find what?
Oh, buddy, come on.
I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go.
They're really laying it out for you. Not as sad as I feel. What do we do now?
At least the testimony's getting a little clearer.
She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Alright, so you were harping on the last one. Tossing the pistol aside. Show me the pistol. Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds or fire.
Oh, is it because the fingerprints were wiped? Because it's like, oh, he just tossed it. Like, he wouldn't have had time?
That also, actually. Objection!
Yay!
Wait a second.
Tisk tisk, another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you.
Come again?
Wait a second, you say? A second?
Fucking...
I'm expecting a big long.
Yeah, words lawyer bitch.
Are we intended to wait just that? A single second, 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes 35 seconds, that Mr. Justice...
Yes, Your Honor?
Am I to understand you are objecting to the length of a second?
Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it.
Ah, a common ploy made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. They always on that damn TV. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints.
Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran.
That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints.
That's what I said.
Fuck it, bitch.
Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there.
More than one song.
Yo.
Not little. Average.
Haha, then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein?
Eh?
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Bob?
I'm choosing to believe every time Clavier laughs, it sounds like the laugh that Ken does in the Barbie movie where he goes like, ah ha, right as always. What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? He wasn't, though.
But his fingerprints are on the knife. That was
I'd
at the
admit I
crime
didn't
scene.
think of that, Apollo.
I always think about gloves, and no one brings up gloves, and then suddenly they bring up gloves.
Well, Mr. Justice?
No way was the fucker wearing gloves.
Norway.
The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained. Which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol.
That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant. He threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. His pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. Well, Air Forehead, any of your precious objections?
What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work.
You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say.
What do you mean, nothing to say?
Again, we didn't find that gun. Everyone keeps saying it was found at the crime scene, but like, again.
Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said?
Huh? Is what obvious?
When he restated what he saw now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. That's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away.
You're right.
He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong.
Don't feel sorry for him, Trucy. Don't feel sorry for him for a single millisecond.
She's just such an empath. She's so benevolent. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended.
Be offended, bitch. Cry about it.
While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter in my own blood that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see. What do you mean blood? As issue at hand. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this?
It was the knife.
Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol,
It was the knife. Then it had to be something else. Perhaps the
like
knife.
the knife.
At least one person on the defense team seems to be sinking.
What's that supposed to mean?
Way to go, Trucy. You've got a lawyer in you, I know it.
I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin.
Emphasis on pretty. Hee. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else.
Yes, it was a knife.
What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? I have no idea.
I think it was a knife.
What?
Take that!
Is that a sword? What the hell, Judge? Come on, man.
Come on.
I saw one of those on the late night movie last night.
Your Honor, please.
I think he's getting senile.
Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it.
His prints!
This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves.
Indeed. Oh, Air Forehead.
Yes, my prince. Yes, prosecutor.
Prosecutor Gavin, sorry. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven.
That he had a weapon and an intent to kill. Huh?
One that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Vaki Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim.
Yeah, but intent to kill isn't a crime. This is Ace Attorney.
Very true.
Oh.
Indeed.
Never underestimate Gavin, is the lesson here.
This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really happened. With less assuming, please.
Bitch.
It is always the same with you people.
You people? What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, come on, Wesley. What are you trying to say here?
Yeah, stickler.
Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming. Yes, that's what I said. Assuming.
Cry about it.
As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are, assuming that my assumption is no better.
It's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
This is a
This
court
ain't-
of law.
this
We
ain't
need
pre-calculus, brother.
we need facts. Assumptions aren't gonna cut it in a court of law. You fucking nitwit.
What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Conscience, same thing. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police.
Your cell phone, you say? Where is that cell phone? Out of
Is that cell
curiosity.
phone perhaps pink with a dumb watch attached to it?
Yeah.
Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
See, this asshole would be a bitch to have, like, a clock charm on his phone just to fucking look smart.
Yeah, that suits him very well.
That's exactly the thing he would do. Why didn't you chase the killer?
He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Pretty sure you learned quadratic equations in middle school, but okay. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know now that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer.
Yes, Stickler. Thank you.
Yeah. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice?
I'd better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Trucy, how about you
Hi,
actually say
Trucy.
something instead of just looking at me? Trucy looks like she has something to say. Trucy, just say it, please.
Oh,
I
come
can't
on.
read your mind.
Use your words.
Trucy, for the love
Hi,
of God.
Tracy. Girl, please, come on.
Girl, you gotta work with us. You gotta work with us. Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony.
Had enough at last, air forehead.
Never. Can never have enough of your dick. Maybe it's time to back off a bit? Never. Never ever. The defense still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor.
Your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say.
Thanks, babe.
I will amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head. I think I'm going to call it All Star by Smash Mouth. Very well, you may continue with the cross-examination.
Please. Maybe there isn't anything left to unravel in this testimony after all.
Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month's air forehead.
They don't have enough to put Walkie away yet. Should I back off for now? Fine.
I guess so, Ace Attorney.
Yeah. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all.
It appears there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves, which wiped the previous user's prints off.
No, I think the knife is enough evidence to say that he wasn't. Like, genuinely. Based on
Yeah.
the order of events that we are currently working with.
Yeah. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away.
Fell out of his pocket? Then why were there fingerprints on it?
Earlier, I don't know. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion.
No. No.
You're dead now. Seems we've come to the end of the line here.
No, that can't be all. You better not be
How
baiting me, Ace Attorney.
unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me.
Trucy, for the love of God, this is where you're supposed to swoop in.
Trucy, please. I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie-Talkie.
What? Thank you. Good fucking God. You really had us going.
Oh!
Oh. Trucy?
Nobody move! What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
Is that fucking Phoenix right under there? I'm gonna laugh if it is.
There will be no verdict in this court. Not yet.
Wait, are you one of the Kitakis?
The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. I'm Jeff the Killer. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of... a judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Irk. He says 20 minutes, or I promise you, you'll regret it. Oh my god, she's gone!
Wait, how'd he disappear so fast?
The defendant lobby, Apollo.
I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Hey, Liv, catch that mysterious man. To be continued.
I hate when Ace Attorney has you do that so much. So badly. I despise it with all my being. You keep hitting us with the, there's gotta be something all the time. And then, fucking, no, you just have to think you're gonna fail here.
Yeah.
June 16, 11:17 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Trucy! Trucy!
I don't know who this is. I guess it's the
mysterious
guy.
cloak figure.
You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show.
Phoenix?
Just kidding, it was me. I said that.
You're okay. I thought...
Don't cry, Apollo.
Those good-for-nothing gangsters! There's some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges.
Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else...
Damn! What the heck is that?
Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat.
You look marvelous, darling.
He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar.
Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha.
Oh, what do you think? Do you like it?
You mean you... Trucy! There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges.
Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me.
Fine, I'll threaten you after.
It's you who's being threatened here.
Huh?
The part where I made Mr. Hat hold a knife to me is actually me trying to kill you. Remember what you said to Walkie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son.
But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting we do?
Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. even if it's technically illegal.
Trucy, no more staged abductions, please.
I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. Might not mean anything, but it's all we got.
You can see what he's feeling?
Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times.
All the times there was a contradiction. I don't remember.
I don't either, but I think I know
kinda
what
wanna
it
bluff
is.
it. I kind of want to bluff it. Do you think it's gonna ask me what it is, or do you think I can just say it?
If it asks, I think I know what it is.
We're gonna say I remember anyways. Well, I think I remember them, sure.
There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time there was a contradiction.
Oh, thanks for flashbacking for us.
In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
So was it the lack of eye contact, or what?
He said the man tossed aside a pistol. It turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction.
Well, that's true, but how does that help us?
Didn't you notice anything?
Page flipping?
Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit.
Yeah, no shit.
In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Remember this from 2 seconds ago?
Which point are we getting at? Are we getting at the, like, not looking? Are we getting at the brief point where he does look up? Are we getting at the, like, flipping through the book? I don't...
Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol,
He flipped the page?
his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book.
How am I supposed to see that?
Well, I could see it.
So it really didn't matter what I chose for the fucking options. That's weird.
Yeah.
How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker?
What?
I was there. I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I killed that guy. I could see what his opponents were feeling.
So, were you there that night?
Yeah, I was Clavier, actually. This is a disguise. I broke out of jail.
You mean Kristoff?
Oh wait, yeah, my bad. I forgot their names.
You mean that's how Mr. Right won all those games?
It's not cheating, officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time, either. Daddy's quite good at poker, after all. But not good enough to go undefeated that long.
Great, so he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this.
You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth.
Perceive.
Perceive.
I was gonna make a pun, but then I remembered his name was Apollo, not Percy. So it doesn't work.
Perceive Jackson.
Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose.
Not true.
Exclamation point?
Daddy said so. Said you have the power, Apollo.
Mr. Right said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious?
Time's up. Sorry you can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo.
What was that she said before the trial started? He looked familiar? Huh? Mr. Right's not here today. Day.
Said his old foot injury was acting up. Yeah, he smiled when we said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy.
Is that what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice.
I love that he has a catchphrase. It's so cute of him.
It's such a him thing to do. Let's do it.
Apollo.
You know, I'm starting to think I can do this.
I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing.
Question mark?
Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best as you can.
Just flew in from the coast and boy, are my arms tired.
Right.
Keep accidentally giving Mr. Hat the same voice as Wesley Stickler, and I'm not meaning to. It's just the only thing I can do when I do a deep voice.
June 16, 11:40 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. We're back to this asshole.
Court is now back in session.
Right, we're fine.
Ahem. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice.
Oh, you mean me?
Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat?
Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that.
You settled that? You fight him?
Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement.
Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe that it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right?
Damn.
I love magic.
I think he's on to me.
I wish he would stop being so cool. He's supposed
And
to be my
dreamy.
opponent.
Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness?
Run it through one more time so I can perceive.
I gotta look at this man.
But not as much as I look at Clavier. Right, the defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask something.
There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time.
Understood, Your Honor.
Don't forget Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
Oh look. He's fiddling with it. Okay. There it is. I knew it was the fucking cell phone line. I didn't even have to do your perceiving bullshit. I knew it was the cell phone line. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all.
Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot.
Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says, my eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? Your secret
gotta smell 'em.
sense. What's this? My bracelet? What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow.
I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony.
I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. What's the bracelet button? It's not telling me what the bracelet button is.
Maybe you just have to go to the thing and then it pops up?
Yeah, cell phone. Press?
I guess?
So you called immediately after witnessing the murder.
The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them?
That's more page turning.
Wait, Apollo! It has to be it.
Wait, you mean his habit?
Don't forget Apollo. Apollo. He isn't sure about something. He has a habit of fiddling with his book. Book.
Yes, thank you for very blatantly highlighting it for us. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for his habit. I don't know how I know, but I know.
Know what?
It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness.
Your
The bracelet
bracelet?
book.
Hey, I'm looking at it.
I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Cutie. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet with R as it reacts to the testimony. R. Whoa. What's going on?
Ew, look at his mouth.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I can
Reminds
see
me of
the
handsome Squidward.
For real. I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I hate it. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. It's so gross.
Apollo.
Wait, never mind. I can hear Trucy. We're good. Trucy, what's happening to me?
Apollo, you've gone into a catatonic state. I don't know how to help you. This is what I meant by focusing.
Focusing.
In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does.
Why can't I just focus on Clavier?
Good question.
That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out.
Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Do you need another flashback to what I said 2 seconds ago?
Sure. When he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book.
You got it. Right now, you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out.
No shit. I'll bet they are.
First, move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand.
His hand?
You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place.
No shit. She's right. I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint.
Perfect. Now you're really ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch.
Perceive.
Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit.
Right, you mean when he fiddles with the page.
That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive with R. Find his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush.
Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter.
I'm a magician, thank you very much.
So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers.
Don't worry if you miss it, you can always try again.
Right. Look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice.
Ergo, I used my cell phone.
Is that, like, enough to call it? I think it'll just register the sentence. So it doesn't have to be on the exact word.
Yeah, it's the entire, like, phrase that pops up at a given moment.
Gotcha! That's a new one. Ooh, we're getting all swirly. You good? You need to, like, take a chill pill to come down from whatever the fuck high that was? I saw it just now. I could see it.
How scared would you be if you were in court and one of the, like, attorneys just yells, "Gotcha!" Like, I would be terrified.
Yeah.
Mr. Justice, do you have something to say?
Gotcha.
All this banging of desks, it's quite bad for my circulation, you know.
How the fuck does
Die.
it fuck your circulation?
It scares the blood.
Let me bang some more then.
He has a heart attack instantly.
Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone.
What are you talking about?
Oh, cry me a river, you pathetic bitch. I'm curious
no, I'm
now about
frozen
the
again.
cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask, what to ask? Ask for his number. No, thank you. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone.
Why? Whatever for?
Show me and you'll find out.
Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it?
Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone?
Yow! Where did you get that?
It's the phone from yesterday.
That we
Very
found
good,
by the
Trucy.
car. And your panties.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Look, a cell phone. Phone.
Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure.
I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment?
Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this?
This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage.
Maractus? Right, that's where the victim lived. That's impossible.
As if that book's gonna give you any answers. Give it up, bitch. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police?
It's true. I didn't have my cell phone that night. It is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. Payphone? So you didn't call it on your cell phone after all? I feel like the police record would show that.
Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler?
Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy.
Point it out on the map.
It was right around here.
Is that so?
That's quite a ways from the park. But why'd you lie?
Yeah, that's perjury. But we don't arrest for it, but it's still perjury. There can only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage.
What are you saying?
You killed the victim. Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. The cell phone tells all.
But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime.
You were committing some crime.
Maybe. As though I were trying to kill him.
Well, we can't confirm or deny that quite yet. But I do know you were certainly doing something else that is definitely gonna wind you up in jail. And I can't wait to see you go.
Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night. Well, yes, but no! This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true, I lost my cell phone. But you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice?
Yeah, you can. Because if it had been there, it would have gotten crushed by Descartes.
Yeah. That cell phone was dropped the night of the murder. It does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime.
Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime.
Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job?
Heck yeah.
Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Show evidence. Of course I have evidence.
Ooh, I like your swagger, Air Forehead. Hit it.
He likes my swagger.
He likes my white boy swag.
Court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. As the youths say.
Oh, because the mirror fell off when it hit Phoenix.
Yeah.
And so because of the time that happened, that really narrows down the window of opportunity for it to be there. Yes,
Yeah.
their plausible deniability is gone. Take that.
That's a side view mirror.
The music couldn't stop. I'm scared.
At least it's dialogue that applies to it.
Yeah. As it so happens, Dr. Miraculous' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder.
An accident?
An accident. Why won't they ever give us a visual of Phoenix just fucking flying in the air like a fucking cartoon?
I want to see him ragdoll.
For real. It happened a little after 9 p.m., just outside People Park, on our murder scene. Dr. Miraculous' car hit a pedestrian.
What are you trying to say?
From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground, right under the wheel.
Heck?
Ergo, mister, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m., the night of the murder in the park.
Weird.
Mr. Stickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night.
This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pal Maractus?
You bet your ass I am. Let's get this man in jail.
No, stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is verse saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Paul Maractus. That is, other than this.
I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Something.
I
Is
think
the
it-
witness
that was
prepared?
Yes, Your Honor.
I know that face. That's the face of guilt.
Accuracy.
I'm perceiving.
I'm looking at this guy real hard.
He seems so suspicious.
That night, yes, I went to the supermarket.
Where are your groceries?
I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime.
That doesn't line up at all! Like, in the slightest!
Shut up, it's fine. I swear it's true.
That's so... We found it in the garage, and...
My sources, dude, trust me.
Listen, you had a 1 hour window to lose that phone in the garage. Because the car crash happened at 9 and the killing happened at 10. You had a 1 hour window to lose it in that garage. And you're saying that you lost it in the park and someone else found it and brought it to the garage? You're
I don't know,
fucking
maybe.
ridiculous.
I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all was clear as day.
You're fucking ridiculous.
It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage.
If even the judge can pick up on it, you know. You know that
Judge
it's
is
bad.
an idiot. Yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. Does it?
Maybe the clock doesn't work, that's why he has the clock charm.
Maybe.
And wouldn't you know it, it stopped at 9 o'clock. Right when the car crash happened.
How strange. It is given to rolling. Is it? Well, okay.
Oh.
It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know.
Are you saying it rolled all the way into the
It's like that one Campbell's soup commercial where the girl sees the Campbell's soup in the store and then it rolls all the way to her house. It's just like that. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please.
That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony.
This nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around.
It's okay, his lies are so blatantly obvious. Right, no problem, I hope. Here comes justice. Hold it! That's when you pass the front of the Maractus Clinic.
Oh, I'm frozen. Here we go. Yes, that's correct.
That was a pretty suspicious pause there.
It sure was. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please, show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder.
Of course.
Oh boy, map time.
The supermarket is here along the main road. It's really long.
Thank you, good God.
My way home from there takes me past the Maractus Clinic. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone.
Okay.
That woe is I walked on, unaware of my loss.
You might have stopped by Mr. Wright's office on the way to, do some creeping. Fucking bitch.
And walked right into that fateful park.
Hold it! Which entrance did you enter the park from?
Well, to be exact, one might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic.
One might say? Come on, talk in certainties. This is the court.
One could maybe probably say that. The same entrance our victim used.
When he sold the cart. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance?
I have no recollection of such a thing, no. But though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say.
That's a really, really roundabout way of saying you're just fucking the most Captain Obvious.
I'm really good at seeing things that are clear.
Hold it! This part of the testimony is key, I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? I don't think we're gonna lose lives on this. I think we can circle through them if we need to. But let's try and figure out which one is the right one first.
I think I know which one the right one is.
I could see
I'm not gonna say anything.
The noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand?
Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital.
Oh, I know what we have to do. Oh, I got it. I figured it out. Out of curiosity, Stickler, what did the sign say?
I remember everything. I could even read the sign.
What did it say, Stickler?
I'll never tell. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it.
Oh, you've just done it now.
For remembering something quite well, sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening.
Please, add it to your testimony.
Well, Mr. Justice.
What about that sign? Could it be important? Oh, it's very
important.
So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony.
Is noodle stand's broth really that delicious?
No, it's actually incredibly salty. From what I've heard.
I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days.
You a salty man, Judge?
I love salt. They gave me a salt lick back in my youth, and I just ate that thing up. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Incorrect. Dining hall food is not that good.
Yeah. Cafeteria food is never gonna be top tier. It's cafeteria food.
Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles.
Smart noodles? You've got noodles made by Apple?
Yeah.
God, that must suck.
They come from the smart fridge.
I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself.
I'm gonna get this boy some noodles.
Real. Anyway. Don't even have to save. Don't even have to save. I got you fucking pegged. Wrong button. Objection!
Take that, you silly Billy.
And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle?
Just last week, my professor offered me this praise.
You're really good at spelling.
At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that.
I don't think that's a compliment.
It read, without a doubt, noodle.
I
Noodle,
see.
noodle, apple strudel. Some people don't, some people doodle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes?
You fucking wish. Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although, it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot.
You think so?
On top of that, Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes.
Inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely noodle, for sure. Positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. Ooh, burn.
I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodle, and he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims?
What? Mr. Justice, show us this spot.
The witness actually viewed the cart from here. How specific do I have to fucking be about this? Don't get finicky on me now.
I don't
and I
think
can't
you have
save.
to be that
I
specific.
can't save!
Oh no.
Oh no!
I think so long as it's like in roughly the right place. Like I think
Please,
so long as you're on the
for the
right
love
half
of
of the
God.
screen, you're good.
For the love of God. Don't get super picky on me. Please. Take that!
Yay!
The witness was standing here, on the opposite side.
Check out this 3D stand. How do you know that?
Because I checked all my evidence before I started the case, like a good lawyer. When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand.
Oh, This side says noodle.
You also can't see the salt box from this side.
It's the real tragedy.
The name of the stand is split between the front and the back sides. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south.
Yow! You got me. So
that changes fucking everything.
I don't think so.
Because then this whole claim about him exclaiming something to make the man's head turn is thrown out the window, because he would have turned the other direction if he had said something.
But I'm a prosecutor, you have to prove that. This is Ace Attorney. No one knows common sense here.
So what?
What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side?
Well, first of all, it's perjury.
It's not a crime. It makes no difference at all.
Yes, it does.
He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you'll end up going north. Yet on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning.
Shut the fuck up. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? Apollo, come on. Have some fucking faith in yourself. Have some
The
faith
prosecutor
in me.
being dumb I can understand, but you, buddy, come on, you gotta do this.
Changes everything, Apollo.
Trucy?
Remember his testimony from before.
Oh, I remember.
To be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading.
You shouldn't be. Don't feel sorry for this bitch for even a millisecond.
Killer and the victim are facing each other here. And at the moment the killer raises his weapon...
They're still assuming he has the gun.
True.
Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turns his head to look. The killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple.
But if Stickler was on the other side...
No contradictions, right?
Right, but if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Oh, we gotta run through it, don't we?
Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, the victim looks in his direction, bullet would have to hit his left temple.
Yes, thank you, Trucy, for being the voice of the players, because Apollo's a fucking idiot.
I'm the smartest kid in this courtroom, and I'm only 15. Only smarter than a lawyer.
I'm gonna cut Apollo some slack and say that he's just too busy being gay.
Yeah, he's just so enamored by Clavier that he's like, okay, anything you say, sir. Ah!
In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
That's right.
So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning.
Stickler shot the victim with the gun, and Walkie, who, even though he had the intent to kill, was only using a knife, dropped it at the surprise of the gunshot.
Indeed. You are absolutely correct, Fraulein. What meeting?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North. Oh! But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing.
Well, maybe he isn't just a witness, dear
Oh.
judge.
Correct. So if he was standing to the north, the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple is Mr. Stickler himself.
Yo! Order, order, order.
Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. This is what happens when you get distracted by gay panic, Apollo. Objection!
Clarify 1 point for me if you would, Air Forehead.
What now?
Are you truly accusing this college student
Yes!
of murder?
Yes! Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer.
No, please, looks aside, I'm really a nice guy.
Oh, see,
Bet you
there it is.
are.
That's all you need. There's that red flag right there.
All my friends say so.
What friends?
I'm surprised he has friends. Let's hear what the defense has to say.
What are you gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Fine, okay, so we'll go with the meta-knowledge answer. I don't think Wesley Stickler... I don't think Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now.
The word confession isn't in my dictionary.
Get a better dictionary, because it's there, I promise you.
This one's outdated. Tisk tisk tisk, Air Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Air Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now. Of crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears.
God, I know he's guilty of something. What crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime?
For evidence, the court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in crime.
See, here's the thing again. We're like totally metagaming here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in a not metagaming sense, why else would we have these in our court record? You know?
True. Also, I will say, at least for the choice of, like, accuse of murder, accuse of something else, generally Ace Attorney is, like, pretty good with making it clear that, like, if you were presented a choice like that, the one that's unexpected is usually the one you're supposed to go with. So, I guess if you weren't anticipating that, seeing the option of accuse him of another crime is kind of a moment of, like, oh, why would that be an option? Should probably press that.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Now, see, here's the thing. We know what crime to pin him to, but which pair of panties do we use?
I actually have no idea. Because Trucy's were by his cell phone, but then the other ones were found in the trash can, which was next to where he was standing, so...
He's guilty of being a defense attorney.
He's guilty of owning a noodle stand.
I think since Trucy's was next to his phone, we go with that one.
Probably.
Take that! Music stop, we're good. The evidence is this!
What is that? Women's underwear?
Hey, those are mine.
The way he keeps fucking patting his lips. It
Just really
gives me
this
the
book and he's slow at kisses.
gives me the ick.
Don't look at me like that!
Nope, I'm gonna keep looking at you like that. You deserve all the dirtiest looks.
Death to him! Order! Order! Order!
If looks could kill, I would have killed you 1,000 times over.
Mr. Stickler, but I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seems. It's Pythagoras' theorem, I swear it.
Pythagoras. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage.
Aha!
Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree.
Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like.
I think it's exactly what it looks like.
Order! 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 Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems.
The mask has fallen.
So, we'd understand that you were silent not because you're guilty of murder, but because you're a little gross boy. Because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments. Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written Ivy. I stands for intelligent. V stands for valiant. See?
That means literally nothing.
Your point. I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity?
Oh, shut up.
Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious.
Don't fucking drag them down with you.
No challenge is too daunting, and what a greater challenge to science than a mystery!
Objection, the witness is being a creep. Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here.
No, you don't understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable.
Well,
What
you know
is
else
that?
unknown?
It's the
This
unknown. My friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. So gross.
You're just telling on yourself so hard.
I need this man crucified.
Real.
The moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate. For science.
For science? Sure.
For science. A full-sized car tire was the first mystery those panties revealed.
What? A tire?
Yes! I saw her do it! She pulled a tire out of those panties!
Oh, you wanted to know the magic.
But that's not all. First there was the tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic.
Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar.
Creep. Huh?
He's talking about my magic panties trick.
I just don't understand. Broom from a pair of panties? It mocks the very laws of physics.
A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits?
Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but there's so much more than that. For me, they're an object for serious study. I wonder.
Just how many years will you be in jail?
There has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area.
That is true.
Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science.
Bullshit, we ain't buying that for a second.
Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night as she chased me through the streets, I wept with tears of joy. Perhaps this is the night I will seize the truth that lies within those panties, yet woe was I, for once again those lacy heart-patterned truths slipped through my fingers again. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. Ah, you refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north. Indeed. Does anyone care to explain why he lied about that?
Well, I don't know. I can't scroll up on the map.
Be my guest, Air Forehead.
Anything you say. Me?
Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder?
Well, actually, I wanted to, but I guess that's not the line we're going with.
Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea?
Maybe he accidentally pulled the gun out of it.
Paulo. Something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there a...
Trash can? Because he's trash?
Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location?
I can't even, like, back out to save. Oh, well. The evidence that shows why he lied is this. I think we're good. Yep, we're good.
What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, Air Forehead?
Hey, don't look at me.
I didn't know you were a freak like that.
Evidence.
That's kind of weird.
These are the last, honest. These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood.
Mr. Stickler, you didn't.
He did.
Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist.
And as a human being.
Yeah, that too. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties.
Gross.
So, these panties are your handiwork as well? That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt?
No. No, we do not. Believe me, I'd rather not.
I hid in the garage for a short while. Then, abandoning the panties, I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by a giant mansion.
I couldn't help myself.
Giant pair of panties.
Apparently he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob.
I had them, safe in my pocket, ready to take home. I stumbled upon a murder.
The murder of Dr. Maractus.
I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared.
I'll cry about
If they
it.
searched me...
Cry me a fucking river, bitch. That's when you disposed of the bloomers?
Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne.
It was not a blow to science, I can promise you. You were literally the only one who cared. What were you gonna do? Write a thesis?
Fascinating... a fascinating if disturbing tale. Let's execute this guy.
Real.
I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close. And I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial. I never want to see him again.
Same.
One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Regardless of where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime. And was pointing a weapon at the victim. Van Morsing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive.
Also, he should really get his heart checked out.
For real. That seems like a medical emergency.
Indeed, the defendant Waki Kitaki is still the prime suspect in this case.
The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else at the scene at the crime at the time.
And a mystery remains. Location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained.
And also, why the fuck did Pal Maractus, or whatever, why the fuck did he have the noodle cart? What the fuck was he doing with that?
The noodle cart shot him.
Court requests further investigation from both the defense and the prosecution.
Yeah, baby.
I wish he would call me baby. No problem.
Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned.
Be continued.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Kendra's channel, and I will see you later, whenever later may be.